Welcome to NuttieBuddie Entertainment. The Bad.
Nah, man, let's get into the bad. I want to get spicy.
Okay, let's get spicy. Yeah, because we're just praising this movie. It was a great movie, though. Okay,
Yeah.
let's do some bad. So,
Okay.
Brian, what's your first bad?
Okay. Bear with me here.
Okay.
I'm going to have the Black Panther handshake or the symbol for Wakanda Forever is in my bad.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. What my issue with it is they needed something to represent like Wakanda and all this. And like, I feel like it was really like kind of a marketing thing because on all the press and everything, it was always that symbol that they held up. But then, after the years went by, anytime you saw like Black Panther or Chadwick Boseman doing it, you could just see the life leaving his eyes just a little bit every time he had to raise up both of his hands. And it just got so overplayed, and that's my only issue with it, is that it was just overdone. Not really in the movie, it's fine. Just I don't think it aged very well over time.
So, like the cultural effect that it had.
Yeah, I think just the cultural effect of it over time, it just like I feel like it just got overdone, and I kind of see it more of just like a marketing thing to go along with the movie now, as something you could do in every like kid who for the first year was dressing up as like the Black Panther and going to the theaters or going for Halloween or whatever. It's like, yeah, so that's kind of in my bad. I've never liked it really, and then I just don't think it's aged very well.
That's fair. I could see like I'm trying to think of an example like where you do something and you don't and then it affects the culture in a way you don't like one hit wonders are kind of like this, like
Yes,
when you're a band.
100%. That's a great example. That was a one hit wonder. It did amazing things, but I'm not listening to Mbop anymore. It didn't age very well, but at the time it was a great song, so
yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, and then like when everybody in the audience is requesting that one song, and the artist is like, okay, I'll sing it again. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
He just wants to give you a handshake, and everybody comes up to him with the double X. Yeah. Like, so
that's fair. That's fair. I like that one. I'm gonna go ahead and say my first bad is I don't quite understand where the fight for the king came from. So it's a cultural thing, it seems like, where like so he gets number one, how do they know how to take away the Black Panther power? That's one thing that never gets answered. They just kind of give him something to drink and it takes it away, which I'm like, okay, what's that all about? Yeah. But then it's like, why does he have to fight for the right to be king because when they told us the story about how the Black Panther started, there wasn't like a fight for the right to the Black Panther. Basically, this guy found this purple herb and he's like made king. So I didn't quite understand where that came from. So that's sort of my first bad, just not that part of it being sort of explain why they do it this way.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. They didn't do a great job explaining it. I get the sense of like, it's a monarchy with his family. And then, if someone dies, you have like, since it's a bunch of tribes together, you have the right to challenge it. Because I'm feeling like that gives a way of like, if, for instance, Killmonger, was T'Challa in this instance, and, he's a king that's not going to lead them. It gives a way for people to overthrow him or whatever, so he doesn't become the Black Panther. But the heart-shaped herb and like that, and like it leaves a lot of questions. I'll actually go into it because that was also in my bad, because obviously Eric burned all of it and they took the one plant. So going into this movie, how are we going to get another Black Panther with the same powers if he passed away? It kind of made it seem like he's the last one who could have them. So obviously there's probably going to be some explanation for it, but they kind of shot themselves in the foot for me, just because, that made it seem like there was the last one. They never showed anything with like, we're redoing it. I almost thought that they would take that and like replant it somewhere or something like that. But, it just leaves a bunch of questions for the second movie now with Shuri. How is she going to get the powers for Black Panther?
That's a great point, actually. I didn't even think of that, but that's a really good point, because she can't be Black Panther without the herb, right? Like that's not possible.
I mean, technology can get you so far, but I mean, it's also, having the powers of the Black Panther and also the suit, the technology that kind of makes him what he was. So
yeah, correct. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I just it may be, like, because they were going to expound on the story more in number 2, they maybe left some of that up for maybe that they'll answer some of those questions that later. Yeah. But it seemed like a very important point of the movie. Like you said, it was how Killmonger took control. Yep. That it's strange that they went to kind of dived a little, again, that a little nitpicky, but I kind of wanted to know why they did it this way. Because it does seem a little primitive, like, what I'm saying, like that you'd fight to the death, kind of like gladiator style, like Roman Colosseum style type thing.
Yeah,
like,
I get. Well, they still are living as tribes, so I mean, I get it to an extent, but yeah, it's culture and passing on tradition. I guess tradition would be it, but
yeah, I guess, yeah. But where did it come from? I guess, yeah.
No, yeah, okay. That's very true.
Okay.
But yeah,
okay. You got another bad?
Yeah, I guess when we're what you were talking about, a little bit more explanation on things. I do like the character of M'Baka and then also W'Kabi. Like, they're really good characters. I just feel like I wanted to know more about them, specifically with like M'Baku. He why his tribe left and went to the mountains and didn't fall in line with all the other ones, and then why did he then come back so easily to kind of go with them now instead of before. Obviously it's been years because they've been kind of separated from everyone. And then with W'Kabi, his whole arc with Killmonger and his relationship with Okoye, like what happened to him after that? Because is he in some sort of like Wakandan prison? Was he let free, but like he can't be part of like a warrior tribe or anything like that anymore? It just left a lot of questions, especially with us going back to Wakanda so much since this movie with Infinity Wars and Endgame, and he's nowhere kind of in sight. It's kind of like, okay, what happened to him? Because once again, his character was so great in the movie, you just want to know more about it. And I didn't see him on anything for the newest movie coming out too. So
yeah, that's an interesting point. Did you kind of want to see what Baku like with the herb a little bit? Like the part of you like, I kind of want to see what he's like with that herb. That would have been cool. Yeah, but I'm with you. A little bit more backstory. I feel like there was something to do with the technology. Like it didn't seem like they wanted to embrace the entire.
I was kind of thinking that's what my mind was going to too, but nothing was ever said about that, the technology wise. The only thing he remarked is like, a technology by a little girl, sort of, not like this is ruining, what Wakanda is or whatever like that. So.
Yeah. That'd be interesting to know more about. I'm with you though. That was one of the things I wish they would have explained. Any other bad?
No, I just had those 3.
Okay, perfect. Then I'm good too. You ready to move on to the ugly?
Yeah, buddy.
Okay. Thanks so much for watching this clip of our Black Panther movie review. Let us know what you thought of this movie in the comments below. The great, the good, the bad, and the ugly. If you'd like to listen to the rest of the podcast, the link will be down below with a bunch of other podcasts as well. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you can subscribe to the channel, like the video, and we'll talk to you guys soon.